What's up, Del? Something on your mind?
Hmm? That's nothing. Just thinking.
Oh no. You're not still feeling unwell, are you?
It's just the twinge now, that's all. I'm sharp as ever, me.
You sure? Because I remember, once the big fever passed, you went hot and cold again a couple more times. I've never seen you go down like that.
I said I'm fine, didn't I? God, but you don't worry too much. Come on, I'm starving.
Fair enough.
Something's bothering me.
Really? He seemed pretty healthy to me.
Just a bad feeling, I suppose. It was a human that wounded him. Hard to say whether the magla might have any nasty side effects. You know.
You mean he may need magic healing? I don't know if we're gonna find that here on the island.
Not the most timely of things to notice, but like that's why she has like the chibi down look effect, because she is a shapeshifter. Obviously.
Hey, is there any way we could get Rella to take a look at him? Magla-born symptoms can take a turn for the worse incredibly fast, no matter how healthy you are. I'd rather not let it fester.
Huh. Well, we do claim to help anyone in need, eh? But don't forget that we're fighting a battle. And if you cannot distinguish friend and foe on the battlefield, it will be your end.
I know you're right. But I get the feeling those two are telling themselves the same thing.
Is it your hair?
What if, instead of speeding to her doorstep, we ask her saintliness to come here? It'll just take a bit of conspiring to get our story straight. I mean, I'm not normally a chap to take sides in this sort of thing, but those two hardly strike me as the evil type.
Are you sure about
Look,
that,
Captain,
nurse?
I wouldn't feel
Are you
right
positive?
ignoring this. Will you please go to the royal capital for me?
It'd be a risk.
It'd definitely be a risk.
I know I can convince Rella. So can you do this for me?
I don't
No
have
problem.
a choice.
I'll go.
Thanks. I remember I called you too soft once. I see now I was wrong.
If that's sorted, let's get it done sharpish before any complications crop up.
Thank you so much for your help leading the evacuation. They tell me not everyone got a chance to thank you. So on their behalf...
Don't worry about it. Didn't want the annihilation of a whole village on my conscience is all.
Wasn't expecting you to handle the evacuation side, Del. Thought for sure you'd be the first in the fray with the human.
They healed me up. Gotta repay the favor, don't I? Wouldn't feel right otherwise.
And then for
Code of
their
honor.
sake, you should take care of yourself, too.
Who the hell? No way. Aren't you Cinderella?
You're joking. You're not joking. Why is she here?
I called for her and she came. You that surprised? I know people in the Crown Theocracy. My work speaks for itself these days.
It's almost time for the Saints' Day festivities in Montario. Having been invited, I was in the area.
Aww.
I heard about your splendid work, Fidelio and Basilio. I hardly recognize the two of you.
You remember us?
Aww.
Of course. This is a bit of a reversal, though. Back then, it was you helping treat Basilio's wound. I can tell how far you've come since then. But I've also heard about your own injury.
Aw, they're
You're
adorable.
right, I'm guessing.
Little dog boys.
Have you felt any sudden fevers come on? Let me have a look. Yes, that should do. I can see you had an expert looking after you already. Physically, you're as well as anyone could ask. But... Fidelio, is there something you feel lost or anxious about?
Where's that coming from?
I've talked to lots of people and observed the flow of their magic. By now, I'm certain that Magla is connected to our emotions. When I speak to someone who's feeling strong emotions, I can sense the state of their heart as if seeing it with my own eyes.
Nah, I'm sound. Nothing's getting me down.
I see. Then you should be fine. Just don't take life for granted, or your treatment will have been for nothing. Keep on living, all right? For now, let's see. Run to the beach and back with Basilio. If you can make it without slowing down, then clearly there's nothing wrong with your foot.
Hey, sounds like a laugh. Just like when we were kids. Step lively, Del, or I'll leave you behind.
Hey, what the hell? I said I'm fine. Oh, damn it. Basilio! Hang on!
Thanks, Rella. When you told me about the first time you'd saved someone's life, I didn't realize you were talking about them.
You're in Luis's entourage now. Yet you needed our stories to match in front of the brothers. You're swimming in dangerous waters, aren't you? Not just that. You've got a gauntlet runner that can teleport across the land and an elder captain who wields it through magic. That's a lot to take in.
I can very much recognize the older sibling. What the fuck are you doing?
Well, how do I put this?
I didn't realize it when I met you before, but you're already one of the top candidates. I saw the King's Rock. Are you intending to confront Luis?
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Well, there you have it.
So you are committed to this path, no matter what.
You're not going to turn your sister.
I knew this day might come. It's not my place to stop you.
Come now. Do you have to be so bleak? I've already spent my fair share of time with Luis, you know.
Don't underestimate Luis. As far as the Crown Theocracy knows, the King's magic will protect the highest candidates from any harm. And they think that guarantees their safety at the festival. But I've done my research. Some attacks the barrier can't stop.
How did you
I
research
believe
that?
the magic only prevents underhanded approaches, like ambush.
So there's a loophole.
It's not widely known, but take a duel, for instance. Both parties identify themselves, fight with consent, and the magic won't protect them, no matter their standing.
But if you just have to identify yourself and agree to fight... Oh, was that why the battle with Gladel?
That's why we can actually still die in a fight, because it's an actual fight that we like go out seeking. Cool. Fix the plot hole before like the end of the game. Nice. Good explanation.
Suffice it to say, the King's Shield is not perfect, and Luis will surely exploit that. I have a terrible feeling there will be bloodshed before Saint's Day is over. I won't try to stop you, but be careful down the road, all right?
I'll protect her.
I'll protect Juna. I promise.
But where is this coming from? Honestly.
Then please, look after Juna.
Ugh. You do know I'm not a child anymore.
Keep up, Del! Gotta be faster than that!
You spring-heeled bastard, you've got the height advantage. Damn it. You haven't won yet.
I suppose we'll have to leave it there.
Can't deny it this time, though. You lot did fantastic.
Yes, we did.
And Lady Juna's safe too. I owe you thanks for that, if nothing else. The
Damn
islanders
straight.
gave us a map of the east side of the island. Their way of thanking us, I suppose. You're welcome to it, if you don't waste it.
See? Old Del's great at looking after people. He saved loads of them in the evacuations.
Oh, belt up, would you? Been meaning to ask. That's a book, yeah?
Didn't take you for a book reader. Lord Luis likes them, though. Often got his berries in one.
By the way, doesn't Lord Luis have this same book? I hear it's been banned.
How should we know? Not like we grew up round books. People barely literate nowadays, frankly.
So, what's it say? As long as we're killing time anyhow, let me see it.
One more foray, I suppose.
In this world, One can become anything they desire. Neither birth nor status decides your occupation.
Huh. Sounds grand, that. You think this place really exists?
Of course not, you muppet. It's a fantasy, remember? Anyone is free to become anything. This is a paradise of equality and freedom, devoid of discrimination or prejudice. Pretty words, them. But if everybody's free to do what they want, they'll work out their own reasons to be prejudiced. We can call it a utopia, but I reckon people living in it might romanticize our world too.
Good man.
At the end of the day, dreaming of escape will only ever be a dream. Nothing changes unless you do it with your own hands.
Aye. But if we really could do anything, I quite fancy opening up a little diner with you, Del. You like singing, eh? And I'm dead handy with a cook pan. We could invite Lady Juna over. Host a fancy soiree of our own. Every night, just us and our best mates living it up. You telling me you don't like the sound of that?
Okay, so obviously, if they're reading this book with me, then they're going to be companions. This has been the thing with all of them. All of my bonds have, like, the people traveling with have read this book. I only have one slot left, though. Is it Basilio or is it Fidelio? Place your bets here, I guess.
Get your head out of the clouds, Baz. We're long past being able to get away with that. Doesn't matter anyway. A dream is just a dream.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Now then.
We're heading
Yes,
to the
of
coast.
course.
Show the gratitude toys. Sacred Art with the dragon god statue set alight into a lonely bonfire. It's said that if you offer prayers to it with someone, your wish will come true. Romance, I suppose. Yeah, let's record the events thus far.
Didn't expect them to throw such a party before our departure. A far cry from our first night here in a cell.
I hear 'tis a festival in the dragon god's name, meant to ensure a safe sea voyage. In place of a lighthouse, their fire is kept burning until the morning.
I say, these locals are barely well informed. They're up to their gills in practical and theoretical magna theory. Not as focused on the mechanicals as us mainlanders, but the land's far from barbaric. Their insights could rather improve the
I swear to God, if you make it a submersible based on their
Speaking
insights.
of, I finished with the last river.
We're finally ready.
Woo! Grand, ain't it? Del's all better. And we've got some choice souvenirs to bring back to Lord Luis.
We're not out of the woods yet. Don't be too quick to celebrate.
Hey, come on, lads, loosen up! It's a party!
We all had a little fun. And you? What's a sanctist fat cat like you doing getting all giddy over a pagan festival?
I have to laugh, don't I? You know, I thought the Crier's life had made me pretty knowledgeable about our world, but turns out most of what I knew was lies.
What?
Makes me
Really?
think maybe this is how my old father felt.
Crier of family trade, eh? Imagine
Listening
that.
only to the church might make you
The
ignorant
Crown
and
Theocracy
uninformed.
does love their hereditary titles. Yeah, my old man was a serious fella. More than me, that's for sure. He called out corruption.
I mean,
wherever
that's a
he
good
saw it.
thing.
Made him a pariah. But there you go. Yeah, I remember he once flat out suggested igniters were more dangerous than the Crown Theocracy was letting on. And there was that riot in the slums, of course, the one started by that Parapus. The church dismissed it as paupers revolting over their conditions. But my old man, well, he said it wasn't a riot at all. Outright accused the Crown Theocracy of turning an innocent Parapus feral through horrific magic experiments.
What?
Who knows what really happened there? Either way, nobody took
Someone
my
probably
father
does.
seriously. He was condemned as a liar, and he died young. just the way it is, I suppose. People will always prefer their own feelings to the truth. Happiness is a luxury hard to come by otherwise. Hard to care about the world after that. I was a poor excuse for a crier, if you ask me. Yet,
No one
here
asked
I
you.
am. It's beyond weird. Somehow, you lot have managed to make the world seem interesting again. I'm genuinely grateful, you know? It makes a man feel as if he owes you.
You owe us nothing. Can't afford any rumors about you being biased in our favor, anyway.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Honestly, though, you need anything, you've got me on your side. I'll do what I can. For now, I'll catch a boat ride to Eht Ria ahead of you. Once this festival's over, it'll be farewell for the moment. So, let's make this a bash to remember.
Now, time for some fun. Bring out the treats.
Ooh, shiny. Very
The
nice.
fruit is called dragon's tears. They're quite precious. Their tree only bears once every few years.
Good to know.
Ah, just delicious. Beyond delicious.
Wonderful. This again. Hulkenberg's tastes are a dubious metric at best.
Please, it's the rarest of harvests, and we would like to share it with you.
Is it actually tasty?
Sounds. I feel quite.
Oh, it's also alcoholic.
Right.
Or hallucinogenic, probably.
Right, right.
Oh my god.
What's going on? There's something odd about the way those two are laughing. But he's crying. What is this fruit?
You see, in old times, so long
Everyone's high.
ago, times
Okay,
people
yeah, fair
made
enough.
this reach a higher plane of existence, and to the gods.
Ha! Yes, you certainly appear to have reached some higher state. Glad I passed.
Phew.
Frickin' sirens.
Finally
Oh
back
well.
to normal. Well, that sure felt like a festival. Not that I'm complaining. Oh, and did you hear? The people of this island make a wish over that flame. It's said that if you write your wish on a piece of paper, it'll bring you good luck. You don't often get to relax like this. So why don't you go there with someone? Have you decided on someone?
Oh, we go, Gallica. You're my oldest friend here.
It's so pretty.
Not even God could refuse granting a wish made in a scene like this. Hey, what do you think God is? Thanksgiving and this village of religion both have a God, right? And they all believe God protects them and makes them happy. But is it actually possible for everyone in the world to be happy? If someone's not happy, what do you think God's doing? Ah. The world is just full of mysteries we'll never know the answer to, huh? Yeah. I just want there to be less unhappiness in the world, though I suppose it's pretty hard to quantify, really. Anyway, back to reality. Shall we go make our wishes? Nothing to lose from trying, right?
Yeah!
And if you don't grant my wish, you'll regret it. You hear? I think adding that gives it a better chance. It's totally coming true now. What would you guys replace with hope? Sure. Pretty much true of most of our lives. All the more reason to enjoy your life for what it is and hope is the best. You gotta expect to be anxious about stuff. Yeah.
Besides,
I'm just saying. If we can wake up the prince, I think that would give people hope. And considering how far you've come, I think you're going to see it through. Have you really thought about that? How far you've come, I mean. You've grown so much since you got pushed off a cliff in a desert. I should know. I've been there the whole time. So what did you wish for, Triptych? For everyone's safety.
Right.
I'm sure that when you make a wish, God listens. I mean, fair. We do have, like, we are the linchpin of mystical ancient power. No, not saying anything. Front of the beach yet. Thank you.
Sure.
I've got this.
A weapon, okay? Cool. Return to the others. A whalebone rod. Okay, whalebone rod it is.
Tell, you hear all that? What that cry was talking about?
Yeah. Sounded proper familiar to me.
It's easy to blame the Sanctus Church for the whole thing. But maybe not all of them were happy about it. Makes you think. I remember St. Rella looked like her heart was breaking, seeing us at death's door. Maybe she knew what was going on. Del. What do we believe in, really? Are we absolutely positive that, you know, Count Luis's vision and ours have enough in common?
I thought we were done talking about this. He's the reason we got this far. A couple of Parapus orphans. Nobody else wants us. Nobody cares about us. We'd be nothing without Count Luis.
I know, Del, but he makes all them speeches about equality, but in the end, he's gonna leave the weak to die. I heard him talk about his ideal world, and it sounds like a world where we'd have died alone in the dirt.
I think I know who our
No
partner is
Saint
going to
Rella
be.
to save us. Is that what we're fighting for?
Too late for that kind of talk, brother. Blood on our hands either way.
Hey! What are you two doing on your own? Come join the party! You'll miss the whole festival.
Lady Juna.
What's that look about? I know you're absolutely smitten with me, love, but you needn't be so tense about it.
Do you plan to kill Count Luis?
What are you talking about? He can't be killed anyway.
Lady Juna, I don't think your heart is with Count Luis anymore. Or maybe it never was. There's a side of you that you only show them. But us, I'm starting to think we've never seen the real you.
Are you really so worried for Count Luis? He's the one who measures worth in power. So what would he think to hear you underestimating him?
So you don't actually work for Forden or nothing then? No ulterior motives?
I've been with Count Luis since before the race even started, haven't I? Ever since he was stripped of command.
Hey, Del.
I'm sorry if I made you worry. That's my fault. But trust me on this. I promise I'll make sure this world's got more to give you two than despair.
I saw it with my own eyes. That lance gets past the king's magic. That means it can kill a candidate. They were testing it among themselves, and Lady Juna was right there with them.
You serious? How are we supposed to report that to Count Luis?
Don't worry, it's my own problem. I told you to leave the thinking to me.
You know, I really like Lady Juna's songs, and I like seeing you listening to her when you get the chance. You got arm around your heart, Del, and her music pierces it. I don't want to kill Lady Juna. And you don't either, Del. Do you?
No, he doesn't. Yeah, it is. First arrived, I never thought we'd be making a journey to Altabury with hope in our hearts. Let the waves rock us then. We will prepare ourselves for the trials to come. I hope the brothers are coming. I don't think they know the particular plan, but we can't let our guard down.
Well,
I just hope we can get out of here without being attacked.
I beg your pardon.
Well, Triptych. Since we've journeyed together for some time, I want to thank you for having me. I'm sad to leave my brother and will miss him dearly. But I know in my heart this will be a grand adventure.
Yes.
I cannot have my stomach grumbling on the field. I should buy myself a small ration or something before we depart. The trouble is finding a food that will not spoil.
What do you want to do?
I'm trying to talk to you. Gotta go. Yeah, I guess I will.
Good night.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
I must say, I'm sad to leave the island, if for no other reason than every meal here has been an utter delight. I am almost certain he said the same thing when we left Briarhaven. At Martyria, a new world of cuisine is but a few days away if you will just be patient. Mind your tongue, Stroll. A few days is thrice as many meals. Damn.
Hold on.
Okay then.
Grand dinner.
All right then.
Oh, there's nothing here.
All right then.
Gotta love the gliding. I really do. And I couldn't even use the ship yesterday, so it's fine if I didn't. Being physically blocked from min-maxing is fine. Generation of priestesses have proven that false. The priestesses of the past, such as Lady Yuffre's mother, never gave up fighting, and neither have Yuffre herself. And so I now believe there are still things within our power to do. Fair enough.
If I may.
Your group contains many people from different tribes. Yes, I'm impressed you're all able to work together. And yes, you count a famous songstress among you, but truly, you're all just as colorful and unique as she. It's lovely.
Hey, mister.
Hey, mister. That big boat of yours, what's its name? A gallant runner. Awesome. I want one when I'm older.
Looks like the sea's settled somewhat. We've got a map of the Altaberry region too. I'd say we're set.
Now we can leave with our minds clear and pockets full, eh? But where are those brothers? Out on errands?
I say we just leave them behind.
Yeah, that seems like a bad idea.
Well, long as we've got a minute, as soon as we get to Altaberry, we give Luis the fake lance Nuris made up.
While I hold on to the real one.
Then, on the eve of this divine relic dedication ceremony, we use the real lance to end this, once and for all. He doesn't know we've worked out its powers. We'll use that to our advantage. Juna, we'll need you to convince Luis to attend the eve of the festival.
Oh, I've been pestering him to do so for a while now. Don't want him spending the evening in his heavily fortified Skyrunner after all.
So where is the false lance in question?
Right here, ready to poke an eye out. Oh, what do you think?
Such detail. Even I can't tell them apart.
When we get to Altaberry, we'll pass off the fake to Luis. Then, we execute our plan.
Oh, by the way, I was talking with the Magnus brothers earlier. I think they might be onto us.
That's not good. We'll need to be more careful.
Wait, footsteps. Speak of the devils. We'll need to hide the real lance.
You're late. We were about to leave you behind.
Right, all present and counted. Anchors away, what?
Aye aye, me hearties!
That's ridiculous.
What's wrong then? Is that not the customary exclamation of sailors? Mr. Backlin was very specific.
I would wouldn't believe everything he says.
'Tis a strange melancholy, leaving the people we have so recently come to know.
We'll be back with some fantastic tales to tell them too.
Yes, certainly.
Alright. 2, 3
This is
days.
Altsbury Heights. We'll make faster progress back on land.
Okay.
This
Sure.
is here.
I'll find a room to have us making landfall by the morrow. The whole trip will be 2 nights with 3 days of travel. Let us make haste.
Tally-ho then!
With a new ally in tow, the Gauntlet Runner at last departs the island toward the eastern side of the inland sea. Their destination is the Principality of Montario. Its vast mountain crags, so different from the western terrain, can be seen clearly from the water. Their forthcoming task would be their greatest trial yet. They felt the tension rise in wordless silence.
Indeed.
Okay.
Well then. Got it.
Sure, fair enough. Let's make some food, because God knows we have enough of some ingredients. Not that. Sure, just to say that we did it. Which is fine. We've got to do each one a little bit. And then what have we got? We've got their new book. Oh, yes, there are new books. No. How to walk outside the island. More tolerance? Sure. Why not? There's introduction to culture and customs outside Virga Island. It contains practical guides for things like creating an altar while traveling or making eye contact with unmasked people. They even calculate some of the difficulties and sorry people face living outside the island. Beaver must have read and reread this thoroughly. The book is nearly in tatters. Living in a totally foreign culture sounds so difficult, and yet the author and youth are jumping right into it. Seeing the willingness to embrace the culture and values increased my tolerance. 6 points of tolerance is very nice.
The Gauntlet Runner arrives at Cliffshade Camp, just as the curtain of night descends on the wilderness. Ideal for their cover, it works both ways, as monsters and rogues alike await their victims in the shadows of the rocks.
So we're getting
Only
attacked on a
Gauntlet
boat?
Runner
On a
offers
Gauntlet
peace
Runner?
of mind against such dangers. A large reason why they are so sought after.
Indeed.
Yeah. Oh no, it's only 19 degrees Celsius. Or otherwise known as what? Let's see. 19 divided by 5 equals 4.8 times 9. It's only like 70. Also known as, ooh, cold. Let's read the book some more, I suppose? Actually, before reading the book, Let's go to, not the strategy, no, where is the bath?
Let's go.
There we go. Because I have to have +2 to every stat one. Take a bath. Oh, dang it, I didn't. Dang it. 1200, sure. I didn't even use it.
Time
Okay.
marches on, and the
Okay.
age of a new king
Wasted time
draws
hurts.
nearer.
Wasted time always hurts.
It would seem that.
In my rounds, I have long gazed at the peaks of Ontario from the island. Oh, she's in a different outfit. They're all in their casual clothes, well, some of us are. Also, we remain cold year-round, so quite accordingly, people have perfected the art of piping hot stew. How is it cold if it's 70-something degrees?
I guess.
It's like 70 degrees. Why is it cold? 27 plus 32.
So?
It's still 60. Cecilia? Oh yeah, bathroom, as always. Make some more food. Make 12 of these, which is still 250 hit point buff for everybody.
Okay.
2 of these for the significant MP buff. Oh, and we're getting more and more reasons and ways to recoup MP, so it's not super relevant. Get out of here. Just get. How to walk outside the island. Read the book. Travelogue offers an introduction to culture and custom of Rogue Island, told through the Mysterio author's first-hand experience. The section on Grand Trad contains a list of recommended shops to visit. The words "must go" are written in small letters next to some, presumably by Yufa. However, the author does advise against praying at restaurants in Grand Trad. Doing so will greatly increase the chance of being kicked out, apparently. Living until Yep, they're jumping into it. Increase my tolerance by 6 more points. So, like, I'm getting close. I think I'm halfway. I don't know.
Come look at this.
Seeing outside.
The Gauntlet Runner makes a short stop in front of Colorodeo Cliff, a bluff so tremendous it fills one's vision. Its massive fissure is said to be the vestige of a god's wrath, as only a force capable of splitting heaven and earth could cause it. Perfectly balanced by the work of nature, or the wrath of gods extolled in the myths of creation, none can say.
That is pretty. Dude, falling off that precipice would be unfathomably terrifying. Sure. Jump, why not? What? Refreshing, you know, to pull your voice from the very bottom of your gut and yell in such a manner. Sure.
Speaking of...
You're all yelling at me before me. It's rather a terrible experience, I must admit. But if I may, I would like to try my hand at this yelling. Dude, you have sensitive hearing. Yeah, I get it. I sense that gazing over the cliff's edge and being filled with unexplainable urge to scream has somehow broadened my wisdom. Sure, that is how screaming works, I guess. I've heard a list of complaints. I wish I could recite all to you on a daily basis. Head back. Yeah, we shouldn't let ourselves be too distracted.
Bombs away!
Color rodeo cliff drawing. Alright, now...
The gauntlet runner stops amidst rocky terrain as twilight envelops the wilderness in darkness. The twinkling lights are not all stars. Some are the eyes of monsters peering through the dark. To await the dawn in comfort and peace is a privilege only the gauntlet runner can provide.
You say that. Okay, it's 7 degrees Celsius. Okay, it's getting colder. Another Dream-Eater Moth.
Alright then.
Rear deck. Go slowly. Bath cask. Leisurely soak in here should remove my fatigue. Take a bath. Rainbow Bath Blossom. Body may melt away in its astonishing comfort. My fatigue evaporates and being lifted towards the heavens. Strength, magic, endurance, agility, luck, HP, and MP. There we go. That's what I wanted to do.
Time marches on, and
The age of a new king draws nearer.
Tis nearly time.
It's only a ways further to reach Altabury. The city is likely abuzz with activity related to Saint's Day. I wonder if Luis is already there. Sooner or later, we'll have to hand Dracodios over to him. One must wonder what the brothers will tell him of our time on the island. I hope they'll leave out any unnecessary details. You just have to stand tall and be confident. If you have to tell a lie, look them straight in the eye and say every word like you truly believe it. Something, something, good liar, something, something, stereotypes.
Got a sec?
Yeah, I know.
Well then.
See what we got. We got rock beans and gauntlet mushrooms. Alright. Can make one of them. Can make 3 of these. 2 magical bread. 3 magical bread, I guess. These are like 1 time. So that must be like group concentrate. Group. Yeah. Dang. That's a group heat riser. Need Lumibees. That is actually worth having. And at least I wasn't entirely wrong on the lip goldfish. What do I want to make? Make a couple magical bread. Just because MP is very useful.
Yes.
Nope. How to walk after the hour. I'm almost done reading it. More tolerance? Yes, please, and thank you. Travel with an introduction to culture and customer service. Yep. Section detailing the small, cute animals that exist outside the island is particularly warm. Yufa must have returned to this section often, but it goes on to depict some methods mainlanders use to keep ordinary animals for food. I can feel the authors and Yufa's shock through the pages. It is very weird. increase my tolerance. Another 6. So close. But if I finish it, maybe that'll give me another 6 more.
Now then.
Yes, it did. 5 tolerance? 5 tolerance! I am a savior!
Tolerance.
To one of the virtue of the rules of this, if thou aspire to true sovereignty, take up a mantle of benevolence, which shall spur thee to aid thy people. A conqueror need that precious kindling with which a follower's passions may be inflamed. 5 tolerance is lovely.
Nura speaking.
Taking a short stop.
Before Altibury's mountains, the Gauntlet Runner sets upon the murky graveyard. The colossal bridges overhead are an impressive sight.
Okay.
During the Annex War, this land was a fierce battleground. Many soldiers, unable to return to their loved ones, found their final rest here. But few honor the dead. Their spirits take no solace. Their tragic remains are desecrated by wild dogs.
Jesus!
Leaving their bones exposed to the elements.
Okay. Another picture, I suppose? What are those?
Look at it.
The area defined by Singwich valleys. The bridges connect to flat land and increase the amount of places in which people move. But like, those bridges aren't hard to get to from one another. They're just everywhere.
Hey.
Directly in front of you, there's a bunch of people, aren't they? They are the remains of those who fell during the Annex War. This was a site of a fierce battle, and the dead were left to the elements, denied the dignity of proper burial. The land is cursed. Real people fought and died here. It brings me no pleasure to see it. It is valuable to experience the cold reality of battle beyond the legend and tale of valor. Carve this memory into your hearts. And now you're just about this place. I mean, like, it. Sure, curse is a supernatural thing, but also there's Magla Hulkenberg. There is literal, physical, magical, like, remnants of the curse, the death, the effects of this.
All right.
Hey.
Your face doing? There's a shadow behind you.
Hey.
Fall off, I'm a delicate flower.
Well,
sure.
That's my fault.
Murky graveyard drawing.
Altibury Heights, capital of the Principality of Montario, the eastmost country annexed into the Kingdom of Uchronia. The mountain path leading to the city begins near the coastline, but few gauntlet runners can contend against its steep slope. Those who complete the arduous climb are rewarded. City lights, dusted with snow, twinkle beautifully in the valley. But what awaits the party there is no reward, but their greatest trial thus far. The hour of reckoning draws near, and they steel themselves anew.
-5 Celsius. Okay, yeah, no, that's actually proper cold again. Well, finally. That being said, thank you for joining me today. Hope you're having fun. Hope you enjoyed the time we spent together. You should be seeing some videos from YouTube popping up right about now. Just if you missed a few episodes, if you want to see the entire playthrough, one of them is a link to this entire playthrough, and the other is just a recommended video from YouTube on my channel. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and more importantly than anything else, be well.